So, there are some sharp edges on things, so watch out for that. But otherwise, you can crowd right all the way over. So when I said powered by water, I meant it. This is our water jet cutter, and I don't know whether you've heard of such a beast before, but what it does is it uses water, a high pressure stream of water, mixed in with a little bit of sand, and it cuts through things. Now, that doesn't sound so impressive. It's 40,000 psi, which is, what's the atmospheric pressure?
I know it's 101 kilopascal.
Yeah, but 14 psi, so 40,000 is bigger. So it's a lot of pressure behind that water. And it's all going to come out in a little jet right down below. So there's a big pump, and there's a big line that goes up and over and down, and then water starts popping out the end. Now, just to give you a sense, the hole that's at the bottom is about, it's about a ½ millimeter in diameter. Are you not going? No. There we go. So, just remember, it's a half millimeter diameter. So all the water that's coming out is being squeezed through that little tube. You may want to cover your ears.
Put your hand in the
Yeah, and 3, 2, 1. Yeah. So it's an impressive amount of water that comes out of the machine, and it's like a liter a minute. No, a little more than that probably. We use about a pound of that stuff a minute, so probably several liters coming out per minute. And again, through a tiny orifice. Now, usually when we cut things that are underwater. And so I'm going to take this piece of material and actually just plunk it down here. And we're going to try to cut something. Go fast. Yeah, that's right, because we're not just here about making noise. Well, I am. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually. Advanced spacing technology. That's what the company tells us to do, so I fine with it. And we literally just line it up and say go, and it starts to do the cutting. Now the cutting itself, not so impressive. So I'm just going to run it, and you can watch the pattern to see what it actually looks like when it's doing the cutting. It cuts out a little circle, it goes to the outside, and it actually starts to cut out here, line after line after line. Now, in order for us to not all be super wet, that's when I flood the whole thing. I put on this little cover, and then we all step over that. Not because it's that dangerous, but occasionally there are just shots of water that go flying out. So that's great. Okay. Anyways. Yes. There we go. When it's working well, that's why it's not so dramatic. When it's working badly, bah! And occasionally it does. If you look real close, you can actually see a little bit of the abrasive coming through, the sand coming through that little tube. Just flying down. And so this is the machine that allows us to make all of the pieces that you saw on the robot so quickly. So every one of the students, the girls and the guys, they will sit down in the software, they will plan out their robots, they will plan out what pieces they're making, and they will try to take advantage of the machine. Everything's flat. I can't put in something and make it three-dimensional off this, because the jet only goes straight down. So all the pieces that we have, dead flat. It's very close to the way that you might manufacture things as well, where if you're making a million of something, you end up with a machine that would just chunk them out like over and over again out of a press. So this is close to it. This is a nice way if you have to make 1 of something or 10 of something. It's a terrible way to make a million of something. So it's a way for us to take advantage of prototyping, making the first job of something. I don't know how clear it is right now, but I may just pause it right now. I won't finish off the cutting, but you can all come over and have a look and see the operation. Yeah. Oh, and there's a little bucket of sand that came out as well. I think that was me earlier today when I was trying to do some other stuff. But if you want, you could yeah. This thickness here of it's a piece of aluminum. Actually, I guess we're not that far off. I can just finish it off. But you can see how close it is to actually getting done from the time that I'm just jibber jabbering. So, continue. When it actually might start splashing around, so I think I'm going to have to pause it and figure out what went wrong. It looks like there's a little thing there that needs to get cleared up. You got to see the good part. Maybe the next people, not so lucky.